What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with an awesome way to get some huge damage when running GMs, lost sectors, or any harder content in Destiny 2, and so we're just making a quick video today with a massive damage increase for kinetic weapons. And I gotta give a big shout out to my buddy Duddits for helping us with the video. His channel's linked down below and I totally recommend you guys check it out. And especially when running things like Izanagi's Burden, this is a great way to deal with enemies like champions or tanky targets by taking advantage of a few perks. So right here we're running Izanagi's. Of course, it comes with Owned Edge, which allows us to consume the magazine and load around with additional range and damage, and with the catalyst for the weapon, of course, we can increase that damage again. And so a base Owned Edge shot against this barrier servitor, for example, is 111,955 damage. But with a perk like Disruption Break, breaking an enemy's shield of course makes them more vulnerable to kinetic damage for a brief time, which is well known, and that'll increase kinetic damage by 50%, but importantly, Disruption Break can work against barrier champions as well, so using a Disruption Break weapon to break the shield, and then hitting the target with Izanagi's Burden results in some massive damage, but if you go ahead and pair it with Radiant on a Solar class, it increases damage again by 25%, so with Disruption Break and Radiant, our damage increases to 209,000 per shot, which is more than enough to one-shot a lot of champions. And the useful thing if you have Radiant procced is that it also grants weapons anti-barrier, so with the Disruption Break machine gun right here, we're getting anti-barrier from Radiant alone, and not worrying about any additional mods. So that's just something to keep in mind, and we're getting Radiant by dodging on the Hunter, but of course, you can become Radiant on all three classes with Solar very easily, and it has a lot of uptime. And so it's enabling us to hammer these champions super easy in Nightfalls, GMs, and Lost Sectors, but it can also work nicely for damage against bosses with shields, like the boss in the Disgrace Nightfall, for example. And while Izanagi's Burden has that huge damage potential, using a similar setup with weapons like Wishender, Witherhoard, or even Malfeasance opens up a lot of options and variations. But another thing you can throw in finally for extra damage if you want are kinetic weapon surges. And these mods allow kinetic weapons to get a damage boost while armor charged, and that consumes one stack when you fire, and with 3 of those we can get an additional 22% damage. So with all of that together, we're seeing over 100% total damage increases. So I thought this could be a good shout for some of you guys if you're after some easy and fast, super high damage for tanky targets, champions, and bosses. Let me know if you've used similar setups down below, and big shout out once again to my friend Duddits for recommending this setup for us today. You can check out his channel linked in the description box. And otherwise, I appreciate you all tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.